real, happy Valentine's Day, or if you're single like me, happy Singles Awareness Day. Now, if you're single on Valentine's Day, totally okay. You don't have to celebrate a holiday that's over-commercialized and actually freaking made up just to make money off of couples other than engagement rings, but that's another video. Most of the time, I'm single around Valentine's Day, but I've made it this far, so. And I don't have anything against Valentine's Day, but I do realize it's kind of dumb, even though, let's be real, I'm probably going to make at least 3 references to the song all by myself. Believe it or not, I've had some pretty odd and actually kind of crappy Valentine's Days before, but I'm hoping that sharing some of these stories, or at least one of them today, will help those of you who are not having the best Valentine's Day. Because guess what? It's a made-up holiday! It's fine! Don't worry about it! So this story is from middle school, and let's be real, middle school sucks for everybody, or at least most everybody, especially if you weren't popular in middle school. Hey, what's up? I've never been popular. Why am I acting like I've ever been popular? Never happened. Thanks, Lydia! That's my friend Lydia. She's helping me today because she's wonderful. I think this story is a bit unusual, so that's kind of why I'm sharing it, even though middle school sucks for everyone. So here is my Valentine's Day disaster. Now, let me start by saying that this story is not just on Valentine's Day. It's actually the couple of days after Valentine's Day as well, so bear with me. And it's a little gross, so sorry. Anyway, when I was in 7th grade, I had what's called a stymie, which basically is just like a zit on your eyelid. They're really gross. They kind of suck. So sometimes they go away in a couple of days if you have one like right on the edge of your eyelid, which I've had before. And it's really weird, like blinking in the mirror because you see this little tiny thing just like follow your eyelid. It's freaky, but also kind of cool. And I know it's weird that I think that's kind of cool, but it is a little bit, just a little. But this one wasn't a small one. This one I got at the beginning of my 7th grade year, like the summer before, and I couldn't wear contacts with it. After a while, it just hurt too bad having them in my left eye. It was right here in the corner. It got real big. It was not a pretty sight. It was bad. This side was also pretty far back. It was like right here in my eye, which is a lot farther back for a normal size. Since it got so big, you have to get them surgically removed. And I've done before. I got these when I was a little kid, but I don't remember those surgeries that much because I've had 7 surgeries in my life, including this one. Long story short, most of the surgeries I've had, I don't remember. And these things come from hormonal changes is what I found out in 7th grade. So I got them when I was a little kid, and then I got them in middle school when I hit puberty, and I'm probably going to get some when if I ever get pregnant. Yay! And when you're pregnant, you can't go under anesthesia, so I just have to deal with it. I got a surgery scheduled on February 14th at 8 a.m. So on Valentine's Day. So I was pretty bummed because I didn't get to go to school on Valentine's Day and have a Valentine's Day party with my friends. But luckily my mom does Cupid. And if you're wondering what I mean by does Cupid, my mom gets us like some candy and like a little present on Valentine's Day. She does that instead of St. Nick. However, before surgery you can't eat for 12 hours beforehand. So I kind of got screwed out of that too. So I had an early dinner and went to bed. So I slept through a lot of it. The next morning, my brothers and I all got up so my brothers could go to school and I could go to my surgery. But before we did, we opened our presents from Cupid. Now, my brothers went off to school with my dad and I sat in my kitchen with my mom. And Mom said I could have 1 piece of candy from Cupid. This was our mistake. For a single moment, my mom and I completely forgot that I couldn't eat anything for 12 hours before a surgery that I had in like 2. And I had a few bites, like literally 2 bites, of a Crunch chocolate heart. And then my mom and I, in slow motion, realized what we'd done wrong. No! So we go to the hospital as if nothing had changed, and as if I hadn't had 2 bites of chocolate earlier that day because we were hoping that it wouldn't affect anything. It did, but luckily for me, they had a spot where I could have surgery at noon instead. Unluckily for me, I had to wait another 4 hours because I got there in time for my surgery at 8, which I couldn't have because I'd had 2 bites of chocolate. And I still couldn't eat, which really sucked. I sat around and watched movies for a couple hours until it was time for me to go back for my surgery. And had my surgery at noon, it was a complete success, and I got to go home that night. My mom and I were big fans of Glee, still are, but since I was in middle school, she would watch the episodes of the week before I did, and then she'd watch them with me. And the episode that I got to watch that week was actually the episode where the character Blaine had an eye patch on because he had gotten a rock salt slushie thrown in his face. So me and Darren Chris were almost twinsies. It's pretty cool. So I stayed home for a couple of days because, eye patch of gauze. Yeah. To recover. And then I went back to school. Now, at my school, for Valentine's Day, we could send little candygrams to each other called hugs, which was a sheet of paper that you wrote on, and then they would tape a Hershey kiss to it. Why they were called hugs? We went to Catholic school! Huh! Fun. Now, I knew I was going to have 2 waiting for me, at least 2 of these, because I had bought one for me and my little brother from my mom, because she gave me the money to do it, and my cousin sent me and my little brother one. But here's the kicker. My homeroom teacher went to go get my valograms, or my candygrams, or whatever you want to call them. They were gone. Someone stole my Valentines. Like, I just had surgery 2 days ago, and then you're gonna steal my Valentines too? What the heck, man? Still mad at you, whoever did it. I never found out who did it. And my friend said there were 3 there for you. And I was like, I should only have 2. I should have one from my mom and my cousin. She's like, no, there was a 3rd one. I was like, who is it from? She's like, I don't know. I still don't know who it was from. So if you're out there, mystery candygram sender, let me know. I'm really curious to know who you are. And that was my Valentine's Day disaster. Or at least the first of many. Now, if you're like me and you're not in a relationship on Valentine's Day, totally okay. You do not need to celebrate this super commercialized holiday, just basically mooching money off of couples. But I do have some tips for you to help you get through this, because, it's all cutesy and stuff, and sometimes I love cutesy, but oftentimes I'm just like, can you not? Right now it's kind of, can you not? So, here's some tips. Have a Galentine's Day or a Palentine's Day. If that's not the gender-neutral version of Galentine's Day, it is now, because I just invented it. Patent pending. Not really. Celebrate it with your friends. Don't worry about being in a relationship for it. It's okay. If anything, you can even hang out with your not single friends, unless they're going to be real cutesy and then be like, alright, go on a date, get away. My friends and I, we're going to get our nails done this weekend, even though one of them's in a relationship, but it's a long distance one. So we're like, we're going to hang out, because girl power. What up? Which leads me into my next tip. Treat yourself. And yes, I literally just bought this mug because it said treat yourself on it. I couldn't help myself, alright? I like the meme. But yeah, Parks and Rec quote, treat yourself. Now, in the show, Treat Yourself Day is they go and blow a bunch of money on themselves because they can, and it's self-love and all that jazz. But you don't have to do that for self-love. Even little things work. Do a face mask, paint your nails, take a bubble bath if you like that or if you're able, or use a bath bomb. Big or small, whatever makes you feel good, you do it. Even if that's sitting in your PJs in bed watching Netflix and eating ice cream, that's your prerogative. And honestly, that sounds like a good time to me, and it's probably what I'm doing. If this helps anyone that's feeling lonely today, just remember, you're not alone, and you don't have to be in a relationship to be happy. You can be perfectly happy without having a partner. It's totally okay. Don't let people think that you need to date someone to be happy, because they're wrong. You don't have to be. And if you're in a bad relationship, get out of it, because especially if they don't make you feel good, because a good relationship should be a team and you guys help each other become better versions of yourselves. So if that's not the case, GTFO, my dudes. If you'd like to see more videos like this and more, click here to subscribe. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, click here to see my introduction video. And I hope you have a good day, week, life, and have a happy Valentine's Day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!